My name is Keith Tan. I'm the co-founder of Zeemart. So we're a B2B technology company. I would say you're so focused in your own business, like you really have tunnel vision because you're so busy doing the day-to-day. I would say biggest, but we were definitely in the top 5 web design agencies in Singapore. Yeah. But they actually have a physical monument that they can show to their kids, right? Hey, Dad designed that building. It's going to be there probably for the next 20 years. I didn't have that to show my kids. When I mentor the younger startups, that's what I always tell them to do. Expect failures, expect mistakes, expect all these things, because the more you are mentally prepared for it, then it will not hit you so hard, you see. In secondary school, I wouldn't think of business, but you want to be like a musician. I play the drums. I've always had a dream of doing my own things. You want to do your own thing, right? Either music. Actually, I wanted to be a stand-up comedian. Acting. I think acting was something that I thought would be an interesting career. I went to the Temasek Polytechnic. Actually, I wanted to pursue mass communications, and strangely, that year was very, very tough to get in. So I passed the written test, but I didn't pass the interview. So then my dad told me, why don't you explore IT, right? Because IT, this is like 1996, and IT was up and coming. But I was the only thing I did with computers was play games. Right? I was not interested in computers at all. But I got into IT, so 3 years of IT, then NS, then I did my degree in Melbourne, so I did in multimedia design. So this was back in the days where it's still CD-ROM design, still got the zip drive, so Flash website. So when I came back from my studies from Melbourne, then they shared with me that they were starting this thing called, we didn't even have a name, but we had some project that they won, like a IT project to deploy this kind of, it was called secure email tool. So it was this was early 2000s, right? So where they put up a bid to deploy a security patch across all the government offices. So that was the first major project that this company, we didn't have a name, we won. We also got to know about this project because the person that tendered the project, put up for tender, was a lecturer of ours. So he used to lecture us in Temasek Poly. He joined the private sector. So then he knew us. So he said, hey guys, why don't you bid for the project? So we won the project.
Was it worth a lot?
I think it was about 50,000, which was a lot of money back then, right? To a bunch of kids. And then we had to hire about 100 people of our friends, and train them how to go down to all the different government agencies to actually deploy the software. So it was actually quite interesting because you learn a lot of things. You learn how to logistics, you learn how to do the rostering. Yeah. So that was the genesis of Comwerks. Yeah. When we started, we also didn't know how to run a business. This is our first business, Comwerks. So you have no idea how to do a business plan, maybe even how to do marketing, how to get customers, how to be even a good employer, right? So we made a lot of mistakes. I think both Raj and I, when we even had our first employee, we didn't know how to be good bosses. So those are the things that you are making so many mistakes and learning at the same time. So That's why I say it's very punishing, because you pay the price of these mistakes. Yeah, and then if you're fortunate enough, you can survive to live another day, to make another new mistake. Otherwise, like most people, they give up, right? They give up because it's just too hard. We knew that we needed to find mentors, right? Like, so one of our mentor was actually a client of ours. Yeah, so he used to be the CEO of Singapore Expo. He worked with us, and he liked us. And by the time he had retired already, so he said that actually he asked a question, the same question you're asking me, like, what is your exit strategy? And to be honest, at the point we didn't even know what exit strategy was, right? We just thought, okay, we're just going to run the business till whatever happens. There's only two ways, right? Either we go IPO, which is actually very unlikely as a web design company, or you get acquired. Yeah. So he told us, okay, I think the acquisition is probably a way for you guys to exit. And then we worked out a plan as to who could be a potential buyer and the timeline. So we gave ourselves, I still remember, around 2 to 3 years to be acquired. So you need to do all the groundwork. So which meant that even from an accounting perspective, you need to get your books in order. Who are the kind of clients that you want to target? What are the kind of projects that you want that will make you more attractive to a suitor? At the end of the day, it was still Raj and myself that had to find a suitor, because we were quite prominent then. I mean, we had offers from these companies. Then you have to build up your own profile, right? So you have to start doing a lot of PR around the work that you're doing, and then you try to also participate in awards, right? So industry awards, which this agency industry is full of awards, right? So that's where your standing in the industry become higher and higher. More and more people are aware of your brand. That's where you start to build that intrinsic value. Yeah, because agency, I mean, in the creative or marketing world, they're not just looking at your revenue, right? They're also looking at what is the standard of your work, who are the clients that you have, and that is all adds to the value of your company. Yeah, this is a different kind of acquisition, because when we sold to WPP, so they are the world's largest. It's a UK-based company. Yeah. So they actually own like hundreds of advertising agencies, digital agencies. I mean, we were also very blessed, because at that point of time, around 2010, that was when a lot of the marketing budgets went to digital. Clients wanted to spend more on online, doing apps and all that stuff, but there was not a lot of expertise in the traditional agencies. So a lot of these traditional agencies were they were outsourcing a lot of work already. But as a whole, they know that from a strategy, it makes sense for them to buy. Yeah. So that made us very attractive. I mean, all the overheads are paid for by the parent company.
But you still were working in the company?
Yeah, we worked there for about 7 years actually.
After the sale?
Yeah, after the sale. That one was a full cash. So we don't own stock in the WP. So that one is really, we are employees actually. But we have autonomy, because the deal is like for 5 years. Then after 5 years, we hand over the keys to the parent company. They let you be quite autonomous, to be honest. In fact, actually you grow. You will grow very fast, because suddenly you have like more opportunities, because they will introduce their clients to you. Yeah, so actually you grow rapidly. It's a very positive thing, to be honest. Yeah, you because now you're part of a bigger organism, right? Organism where you're no longer like a Singapore company, you're like a global company. It's an overnight just because you have this badge underneath your logo, part of the WPP group. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that school doesn't teach you, right?